Hi everybody, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. As you guys know, my name is Julissa. It is the 30th of January 2021. Yes, it's going too fast. I cannot believe that we're entering February in just a couple hours. I mean, in a few hours, you can say. We still have the 31st to go to, but anyways, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I wanted to come here once again and talk to you guys about what's happening. And I just finished watching actually a report again from my country about how alarming is becoming the curfew, the lockdown for this virus. And like I told you guys in the past, I I do believe they're using this to just put control on society, and that's just bottom line, guys. We look at Denmark, we look at I think it was Canada who just did a strict lockdown started yesterday, Friday. I feel like this is just an excuse. I think the virus is making an excuse because what a better way to control society and keep track of everything that people do, and they are using this for that. I mean, I hear so many devastating stories. Like people in the Dominican Republic. I'm talking about it because that's the one I'm most familiar with because I've been doing research about it. They arrested a doctor who was coming back from doing his shift at the hospital. He said, I was just opening my front door and suddenly I got two cops car coming to me saying you're being arrested. And when he asked why am I being arrested, and they say please, you're not allowed to talk. I mean, it's just insane to me that it's becoming such an extreme. And let me tell you guys, when they're picking up these people who they feel they're saying, oh, we find them violating the lockdown, they're not putting them in a separate car. They're putting them with everybody else in a minivan or a big on the back of a pickup truck. And then, so the thing with that, the reason why I'm mentioning that is that they're saying they're doing lockdowns to protect you, but then you're being thrown in jail. Excuse me about the light. You're being thrown in jail. You're being gathered with other people. And there's no social distancing. Everybody's just like thrown together in the back of a pickup truck to be driven to the jail site. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine trying to get home after work, long day of work, and you're trying to just open your front door, and because they see you outside, you're gonna get arrested? That to me is just an extreme insanity. It's just going way out of hand. And like I said it before many times, guys, just because it's not happening here in the US doesn't mean it's not coming. We have to learn to what everybody else is doing, what's happening overseas, because guess what? They copy each other. If it worked over there, they're gonna say, man, I might as well just do it here. You know? It's just so crazy to me. Like I can't get past that. There's no there's no like, hey sir, you going inside your house, make sure you don't come out because there's a lockdown. No, it's we're gonna take you because you're being arrested, because you're violating the lockdown. Um, what a way to control society, saying, oh, we just wanna protect people from this pandemic. No, they're not. No, they're not, guys. That's not right. Everything they're doing is wrong. And it's somewhat scary just to think how much. I mean, they already have enough control on us. They track you, you do your census. They want to know how many people are in your family. And what happened with the census a few years back, I think it was when Obama was in power, was that they wanted to know if you have health insurance. I never felt comfortable. Like, why is this census? Why do you need to know if I have health insurance or not? That's what it is, guys. I remember though. Now it's coming to my head speaking about the census. So one time we didn't want to fill it out. I don't know why. Um, it was just the questions were a little too much, and I think my family were like, we not, we just, we didn't, like, we saw a deadline, we had to do it by this time, whatever. We're like, you know what, it's okay. We're not gonna, it's not like our top priority. And yeah, that might be a little irresponsible. But anyways, so we got a knock on our door from one of the census takers, and I mean, mind you, this guy came around 8 p.m. and he said, you have to fill this census. It's the law. You have to. I'm gonna keep coming here. Talk about harassment, guys. I mean, we never saw him again, but all I'm saying is just that they already know way too much already, yet it's not enough. Like, what is the main plan? Like, what is the new world order that they're trying to build? Just to tell us when to wake up, when to go to bed, and all of that? I mean, they're already telling us basically what to do because they don't want you leaving your house at a certain time. If you're experiencing lockdown, whatever city it is that you're watching this from, whatever country, do you know what I mean? Like, we experience it here. I remember one time, I was like, they don't give us the time yet, but I remember when this whole thing started. I remember being at the studio. It was like 6 p.m. Not even. I was like, I need to get out of here. I just feel so. It was the streets were quiet. I was out because I was the only person at the studio, which is normally how it is. Um, but I remember I was like, I know for a fact that I'm the last person in this building. It's an office building, so I was like, I'm the only one, and I'm looking around the street. I don't see anybody. It was quite eerie. It was just surreal, and it didn't feel right. So I'm like, let me just go home. And I think I was like, maybe I should just not come here for a while. So then the next day in the morning, I went to the studio, grabbed my sewing machines, my tools. I'm like, I'm just gonna work from home, and I started making the mask. But the thing with that is, like, back then, we were in lockdown. It was a lockdown, but it wasn't like a time restraint like they have in a lot of countries now. Like I told you guys, I was reading about the Dominican Republic. I think it starts, I think 7 p.m. Well, at one point they had to start the lockdown at 5 p.m. So the cops were patrolling the streets to make sure everybody was home. There was nobody out on the street, and it's zero tolerance. They see you, like they catch this doctor coming into his house. um I guess because he saw that he was just coming in, like he was just opening his front door, and they took him in. He was arrested. So and I know, Canada, and I know Denmark, and like they were protesting. It was a lot of protests because it's becoming it's becoming the excuse for everything. um what what is the main goal? That is my question. What is the main goal that they're trying to do with us? They want to tell us when to eat, when to wake up, when to not be out, and people don't get so used to getting that money from the government, guys. I mean, I heard a pastor. I was watching a conference online from Puerto Rico, and he was saying how many people are so hard to get back in, like, when the church shut down. He said, they were talking about how the pandemic affected the church, and we all know it affected the church quite a lot. But then it was a leadership conference from Puerto Rico. I was watching it live, and this pastor was talking about how hard it was at times to get people to come back to work in the church, like the staff, because they were saying, people are better, they're having better income, I guess you can say, from the government claiming unemployment. I always feel wrong with that. Like, let me tell you guys, I was asked to be put on that I think it was late fall last year. I mean, if you need it and that's your only thing, that's the only resource, go right ahead. I never felt right doing that because one, I never had to do it in my life. I've been working since I was 15, 14. I started doing the school program, and all of that, and then just kept working. Um, but I never felt comfortable doing that because one, when you do unemployment, they ask so many questions. Are you looking for work? Are you actively looking for work? But then the thing is, like, there's a whole other part of society who's just so comfortable. Like, you don't see, like, if you are relying on the government to just pay your bills, you, like, nothing will be given to you free. With one hand, you're putting your hand out to um to ask for money. With the other hand, they're gonna demand things from you. And the thing with that is, like, it stays with you. It's not like, okay, I claim unemployment for 6 months and then I'm good to go because I got a job and whatever. No, because then you're gonna do your taxes. So that's still gonna be recorded. It's gonna be such a record, and I never felt right with it. And speaking of unemployment, like, one thing is leading to the other. And speaking of that, I gotta tell you guys, some people in California. Let me just see if I can find it. Some people in California right now, are being, they're receiving letters. I mean, I'm laughing because imagine yourself getting one of these letters. Some of unemployment were overpaid and now are being asked to return the funds. People, especially in New Jersey, if you're from New Jersey and you're watching this, check your mail. I mean, if you claim unemployment last year, guys, be in the lookout. That this is why you cannot rush into, like, oh, free money, guys. Nothing in life is free. Okay, the only thing that you're gonna get, there's nothing that you have to do only to accept it, is the gift of salvation through Jesus Christ. People are not understanding. Like, dude, I understand, like, yes, they're giving extra $400 for unemployment, but if you can get a job and don't file for that. If you need it, if you have kids and you can get employment, okay, like, you need it, it's made available for you, take it. But if you can get a job right now, like, stop trying to, well, there's so much money out there, I might as well just claim for rent free, claim for unemployment. Guys, they're gonna, like, that should not be your ultimate goal, especially if you're a Christ believing person. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of jobs out there. Yes, you might have to get up every day and go to a job, but that's your hard-earned money. Okay, leave the benefits to the people that cannot afford, like people who need it, the elderly, the people who cannot go to work, and the people that have 5 kids and they have to be home teaching. It's convenient now for them. It's available for them. Just have them take it, but don't get too comfortable. But the main point is, if you need it, go ahead and have it. But if you don't, if you can push yourself a little harder and like not claim unemployment, you will save yourself so much. That's what I was talking about. The same thing with these loans that are coming out for, like, guys, nothing in life is free. Okay, just because they're giving you loans, PPP loans and all of that, that doesn't mean that, like, first of all, they say that it's forgivable. Okay, great, good luck getting it forgivable, because that's the other part that people are entering into. It looks so good in the beginning because you get approved, you get that money right away, but rest assured, nothing in life is free. Like, if you got that loan, even if you get it forgiven, I mean, look at these people. The thing I'm going to read to you about is that people in some states claim unemployment, right? because that's what the talk of the town. There's so much opportunity. Might as well just claim it. Claim everything you can. Hello. Now the government is saying, we gave you the money. We made a mistake, so we need that money back. So, some of unemployment we're overpaying are being asked for refunds. Bills are mounting for many Americans, and another one being added to the pile for some unemployment is a bill to pay back the money they were given. This is a massive financial hardship, say Michelle Evermore with the National Employment Law Project. Even more, explained the notice to pay back unemployment is most often due to an error somewhere in the application process or when an applicant files for continual benefits each week. Either the agency made the mistake or someone clicked the wrong button on a form somewhere and now are being informed that they have been overpaid for months. And now they have to pay back tens of thousands of dollars, she added. In some cases, when an error was found, on 1 week, the agency disqualified people for the entire time they were unemployed. That is a lot of money, and it's money that people spend on housing, food, and have no way to get it back, said Evermore. It is unclear on a national level just how many people are getting notices of overpayment. This is in part because the states are just starting to look into this in the report. However, so far, the state, like Texas, reported seeking funds from 260,000 people in the state of Texas are getting a bill from the unemployment agency saying, we paid you guys too much money. I mean, this is why, oh my gosh, this is why when I lost my job over the summer, I was asked to be put on unemployment. I hated it, and I started making the mask. And even so, I filed for unemployment, guys. It took about 5 weeks for me to get funds, but God is so protective, always there for you. During those 5 weeks, I was making no income, but I was selling masks in my business. I mean, I was just working so much. Here I am in unemployment. And please understand, I did claim my income from the mask and all of that, because this is the problem that this is what I mean. Like, just because it sounds like so, like, oh, it's there, so, they're giving so much money, you might as well go and try it, give it a try. Nothing in this life is free. Something they want from you, just like you sign up for the CVS coupon, you get the app and all of that. You can get $1, $2 discount, but they want your information, where you live, all of that, and your email. They want it, they're like, it's so convenient. This is stuff that I say too sometimes. I always get the app, it's so convenient. You just ask for the refill on the app. Yeah, but now they know your entire medication history. Maybe another third-party agency knows that. It's an exchange. Everything in life is an exchange. Just like you're doing a business, you provide the mask for exchange for money. You provide a service, you go buy food at a restaurant, you exchange it for money. Everything in life is an exchange. Now, Texas, 260,000 people in Texas are getting bills saying they gotta pay back the unemployment agency. Ohio said they overpay at least 160,000 people. In Virginia, they pay at least 35,000 people. In New Jersey, I learned yesterday that people already are being sued by the unemployment agency saying we need the money and we need it now. So, guys, that's where I'm coming from. A lot of the times, just because it sounds so good, so available for you, that doesn't mean that it is the right choice for you. Even the Bible says that. Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. If you don't have to claim unemployment, guys, I don't care if they're giving $800 extra a week. That is not, guys, just get, if you can get a job, accept the offer, you're good to go, you're secure with the job. Just don't go for that. Okay, you, the last thing you want to do in life, I mean, if you need it, like I said, it's fine, but I mean, that shouldn't be our goal as, Christ believing people to be like, hey, might as well just get it from the government. We pay them already enough. Like, that's being just plain for ignorance and laziness. And the Bible talks about being lazy now, wanting to work. That, that's also mentioned in the Bible. It's very easy to say, rent free, we want rent free. Now they're making landlords not, charge people for rent, because it's the, I mean, how far is this gonna go that you surviving just because the government is paying you? And look what's happening. Like, imagine these people now, 260,000 people in just one state. I guarantee you guys, a lot of these people are probably in unemployment still. I hope to God that they're not. And I hope to God that, they're saying, if you get a bill like that in the mail, the best thing for you to do is to negotiate some type of payment plan with the agency. Because one thing we know for sure, guys, is that if you owe the government money, they're going to get it. And now this can also affect right now your tax return. So it's just a huge mess. They were telling people, Uber drivers, instant car shoppers and all of that, hey, you're self-employed, go ahead and apply. Claim everything you can, claim everything. Hey, one thing I tell you guys, being an entrepreneur, being a self-employment too, and also having my full-time job, is one thing that you have to keep it separate, keep your receipts, claim your income that you make from your self-employment job. Just beware, because you have to be so careful. I remember, the thing with that is, like, you think if you ever do something thinking that you're cheating somebody, it's gonna come back to you no matter what. If you're claiming things that you shouldn't be claiming, it's gonna come back to you. And these people are being penalized even because the agency might have made a mistake. So it's not like, well, I got approved, so why are they sending me money? Like, it's their fault if they made a mistake. You are being penalized for that. They're not saying, oops, we made a mistake, we sent you too much money, okay, so fire whoever made the mistake. No, they're sending letters to the people who got that money saying, you gotta pay. And like I said, guys, some people are already being sued by that. I mean, this guy that was on TV yesterday, he was saying he owes $10,000+. He said, I have no idea how I'm gonna pay that. And he's already being taken to court because he pressed the wrong button on a claim. And you gotta be careful with things like that. If anything, if you look first of all, ask, if you're getting a new job, ask your employer if they did a shutdown last year. That's like the main question. Like, I was looking for a job, I said, did you shut down during the spring? Because we don't know how this pandemic is being used. It's totally being used to create some type of control. Obviously, it's totally being used. So you're gonna go interviewing, ask them. Let that be one of your questions. Let me just ask you, were you guys ever shut down during the lockdown last year? Just a simple question. When they say, do you have any questions for us? You might as well want to know, because you want to know how the company is standing. If they say, oh yeah, we were shut down for 6 months, so they might hire you now, and by March, who knows where the numbers are going to be. If the government shuts down again, they're going to be like, oh, sorry, you got to claim unemployment. You want to stay away from unemployment. Obviously, they're making mistakes, and you're going to be the one paying for it. But again, if that's the only last resource, then that's available for you, and you might as well just go with faith. Like, you have to see like that, because God is not going to leave you to just die. Obviously, like, he's going to open an opportunity for you. So if that's available for you, just do it. if you have to do it for 2 months, okay, just do it for 2 months, but keep looking for something else. um so it is very sad that this is happening. Not everything out there is free, and if it is, guys, that's not the way to live. To be if you're healthy enough, healthy adult, trying to, you have your family and stuff. That's my heater coming on. So if you're a healthy adult and you're able to work, you have to go work. The Bible doesn't say, okay, just leave time, just let the government pay your bills and don't pay your rent and do the other. That's not biblical. Okay, God talks a lot about working and earning and living and the fruits of your labor. Like, that's biblical. The last resort for you should be to be looking for assistance that's available for the people who have nowhere else to look for. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this message today. I'm just putting you out there what's happening. And these people from unemployment, imagine that started like last March, almost been a year. Now they're getting letters. So that goes to show you the same thing, guys, with these PPE loans. And no, they're 100% forgivable. This is all forgivable. Everything is forgivable. We'll believe it's forgivable 10 years from now when they don't ask for it again, and yet they cannot put it on your credit report. You have to educate yourself. Stop rushing to free money that, of course, is not free. Okay, like, nothing in life is free. Only salvation through Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Please share it with your friends and family, guys. Be an alert. Be educated. Before you sign, before you rush to that pile, just think about what you're getting yourself into. God bless everybody. Good night.